When a global brand puts Angorian motifs on a t-shirt and calls it inspiration, who decides whether that's respect or theft?
Right. That popped up everywhere this week. Artisans, scholars, tourists. It's not just fashion. It's memory, identity, livelihoods.
From Phnom Penh to the world, let's take a closer look.
And we'll do it calmly. Quick note, we use one recent example as a case study and kept the company anonymous while we focus on patterns, not headlines.
Here's what happened. An international label released a small capsule, bas-relief prints, and a stylized apsara across shirts and bags, and marketed it as heritage-inspired.
No way. Artisans saw it online and pushed back fast.
Right. The harms were quick and clear. Designs that could have supported local makers ended up in a foreign supply chain. Motifs were used with no credit or context, and people who lived these stories felt erased.
And that erasure is practical too. I heard from a craft workshop in Siem Reap. The owner said copycat prints undercut orders, and students start to think the craft isn't worth learning.
Exactly. These temple carvings aren't decorative wallpaper. They're stories in stone. Take them out of context, and the meaning shifts. Often, the people who hold that meaning are the last to be consulted.
People ask, isn't ancient art public domain? On paper, parts may be, but public domain doesn't erase cultural pain or the question of who benefits.
Legally, it's messy. There are tools, trademarks, unfair competition claims, contracts, but they take time and money. Law can help, but ethics and negotiation are often quicker and more meaningful on the ground.
We also saw some positive responses. A Battambang cooperative launched a licensing pilot that credits the village on every tag and shares profit with makers. It's small, but it points toward a model that scales.
And a regional court recently signaled it's taking imagery disputes more seriously, which matters for precedent. Still, courts aren't the whole answer.
Right. Quick, practical idea we heard from an NGO. Build a simple registry of community motifs and contact points. Not to lock creativity, but to make respectful collaboration the easy choice.
Let's pause a common myth. If it's online, it's free. Not true. Copyright, moral rights, and local cultural protocols can apply. Start by asking, who made this? Who benefits? Was permission given?
If you're a brand, quick checklist. Consult early, compensate fairly, credit creators, and consider co-creation so meaning stays with the community.
If you are a shopper or tourist, ask, who made this? Is the village named? Is there a cooperative stamp? If a sacred motif is used casually, pause. Your choices shape demand.
Quick correction on a viral claim. Not all temple photos are universally public domain. Some museums, heritage institutions, and national laws place limits. Verify with the source before you repost or reproduce.
We spoke with a cultural heritage lawyer who said legal tools exist, but the most reliable protection is clear contracts, licensing, and community control of how motifs are used.
And an advocate suggested making the right path the easiest path. Templates for agreements, accessible contact lists, and small certification marks that buyers can spot.
I want to interrupt for a second.
Go ahead.
Some listeners worry strict protections will choke exchange. I get that. But we can't treat balance as neutrality when one actor has far more power. Fair negotiation levels the field.
Some experts did say stifle creativity.
Wait, I'm not sure I buy the stifle framing. Proper frameworks encourage co-creation. They open paths for new work that still respects origin and community rights.
Okay, fair. Middle path it is. Protect knowledge, but enable collaboration with clear rules.
Short cultural note. At a silk workshop we visited, the Sampat Chian pattern isn't just a repeat. Each knot carries a story. When prints simplify technique, the story fades, and apprentices lose the depth of learning.
She told us, when outsiders wear our patterns without the story, they remove the story. Not blame, a call to curiosity and humility instead.
We asked listeners and got a practical question. Can communities enforce cultural protocols without expensive court fights? Short answer, yes, through local agreements, certification marks, and public education that changes markets.
Before we finish, here are 5 steps everyone can use right now. 1. Research and consult early. 2. Share profits and credit creators. 3. Educate buyers with context. 4. Back community registries and certification. 5. Prefer co-created projects over unilateral copying.
One small test before you buy or use an image. Can you name the maker, the place, or the community? If the answer is no, ask. If it's no again, step back.
We will keep following stories like this and bring in experts, artisans, and brands who want to do better. If you have a question or a story, send it our way. We'll read one on the air.
A final thought. Protecting Khmer heritage isn't anti-global. It's about fairness, respect, and clear routes to collaboration. The facts are clear. The evidence is undeniable. Stand with Cambodia.
If this episode helped you think more clearly, subscribe to NSP Plus TV. Share it with someone who designs, shops, or travels. Tell them, ask the question before you buy.
Thanks for listening. We'll keep bringing facts, context, and practical solutions, because clarity protects culture. Your news made simple.
We'll see you next time, and until then, respect the story behind the art. Goodbye from NSP Plus TV.